Hey guys, welcome to another New World video. In today's video, I wanted to share with you guys my new solo build I've been working on. It still needs some work, and there are a few things I'm still tweaking, but it works, and I've had a ton of messages asking for it. So I thought I could share it as it is now, so you guys can get farming once again. My objective while doing this build was simple. I wanted it to work, as in make it possible for people to solo things they were maybe not meant to solo, but also I wanted it to be attainable by someone who was pretty much a new 60. Because really, if you have everything and access to millions of coin and gear, why would you be doing these bosses anyway? So, much of the gear I used isn't BIS. It isn't perfect, but before you point that out, it is by design. What I wanted was for it to work. So let's just get into it and have a look. So first, let's look at my attributes. So it's pretty simple. What I did was I switched around the con and the strength. This was so I could get the grit back. This will lower your damage a good amount though, but damage isn't really our primary focus here. Yeah, it's great to hit hard, but it won't help you one bit if you're getting knocked all over the place by bosses as they simply kill you. So having this works out very well. It may take you a couple of minutes longer to kill a few bosses, but what's important is you're not dead, because it really is difficult to solo anything when you're dead. So, in the end I went with 300 con and 200 strength. Then I just dumped the leftover into dex for a couple of extra damage. Seems to work out better this way than putting a few extra points into strength. So for my weapons. For this build, I'm still using the Greatsword, but honestly, that's just because I had them. You could do this with a Warhammer or a Great Axe or any two-handed heavy-hitting weapon really. The important parts remain much the same. You need to have Banes and Trenchant Recovery, and then whatever else might help you. A good damage perk or additional healing perks, whatever. But be sure to have the Bane and the Trenchant Recovery. What has changed, however, is the actual weapon build. As you can see, I shifted it completely from a more aggressive damage dealing build over to a more defensive build. This will allow you to still do decent damage, but make you a ton more tanky. And our secondary weapon for this build is a sword and a shield, or in some cases a hatchet. Really anything will work here. I go with sword and shield so I can squeeze in a bit more bane and damage perks, but overall this isn't really that important. But if you'd like to see, here is how I built my sword and shield setup. Again, my aim was to make myself as survivable as possible. Now for the gear. Again here, not much has really changed. The only thing I really changed was the attributes that I'm looking for. And again here, I decided to go with as easy to get gear as possible. So for my corruption ward set, I went with the Christmas patterns once again. Very cheap to make, they don't squish if you're below 600 expertise, and anyone can get them without much trouble. Only now instead of strength I went with con. And basically the same thing on my other sets. Con and ward are my primary focus. This can easily be done in 2 perk epics as you can see here by my human set. So no need to invest in some crazy gear, it isn't needed for this. This is very much a way for a solo casual player to get started farming bosses for some better gear, so you don't want to spend a whole bunch on your starter gear. So guys, that's really about it. The only things I will recommend are using your honing stones and your bane coatings. These will help you a ton, and then you'll be pretty much fine. This nerf changed things quite a bit, but in no way did it kill solo play. I can solo anything I could before the nerf without much trouble, and I'm sure you'll be able to do this also. Now, before I get to the part of the video showing the solos, I want to say a couple of things. First, I don't recommend soloing all the content. This game, like any online game, is much more fun in a group, so I will always recommend that you do that over this. But I also recognize that in reality it isn't always that easy, or even possible. This late into the game's life, people don't really farm this kind of stuff anymore, so having it possible is always a good thing and doesn't hurt anyone. And next, I want everyone to know I will be tweaking this build over time and continuing to test things. My next goal is to slowly tune up the damage, while not sacrificing much of the survivability. I already have some ideas, I just need to get the gear made to make them a reality. If you guys have any further questions about the build or anything else, feel free to leave them in the comments. Or of course, join our community Discord. I or someone there is always available to help. Now, I have time-stamped a few boss kills showing how well this build works, so I do hope you enjoy those.
Stop this!